We're entering a brave new world of medicine where an explosion of genetic information is poised to change how we treat and prevent deadly diseases, especially when it comes to babies.
These days, moms and dads-to-be are learning more and more about their babies before they are born. Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston, Massachusetts is offering parents a free genetic test for their newborns that can screen for more than 1,800 health conditions. The hope is that doctors can predict illnesses and prevent them instead of waiting for them to develop. But some parents are saying not so fast, afraid of what they might discover about their baby's futures. Could this genetic testing be a crystal ball that saves lives, or will it just send parents down a path of paranoia?
Joining us now is Harvard professor and medical geneticist Dr. Robert Green, who's running the world's first study when it comes to sequencing newborns. Dr. Green, thanks so much for being here. And boy, the data available has changed so much. In this particular study, tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
What we're doing is actually testing newborn babies for their entire exome sequence. And what that's hopefully going to tell us are things that they will be at risk for the rest of their life.
And how does this differ from the commercially available DNA tests that are on the market right now?
The things that you can buy on the market right now from direct-to-consumer genetic testing companies, they look at markers along the genome, but this is actually sequencing every letter of the protein coding portion.
So much more detailed.
Much more detailed.
So obviously, to proceed with your study with these babies, you have to get the permission of the parents, right?
Absolutely.
And how's that going?
Well, in some ways good and in some ways bad. So, for example, we have research assistants who walk into the rooms right after these parents have had their babies. A lot of parents say, get out of the room, I don't even want to talk to you. But once they sit down and talk to us, once they actually go through the consent process, about 60% of them are saying, yes, I'd like to enroll in this study.
So for the 40% who aren't enrolling, what, in your opinion and the experience you've had, why are they not enrolling? What's going on?
We asked them that, and they don't want to hear bad news. You know, they got this beautiful baby in front of them, and they don't want to hear this baby might be at risk for childhood cancer or childhood heart disease. Then some of them are very concerned about insurance discrimination down the road. They don't know what's going to happen by the time this baby's an adult. And some of them are very concerned about privacy issues in general.
Which is understandable. I want to ask you, what's the end game? What is the goal?
The goal here is really to change medicine from being a reactive concern that you get sick with and then you try to treat it, to a proactive concern where you're actually detecting, predicting, and preventing illness.
So when you, in the course of your study, are finding something that potentially could play out to be problematic, how are you addressing it? How is it altering that ongoing care?
That's actually what the study is about. How much do you scare people? How much do you monitor them as their baby grows? And we are finding lots of things. In fact, everybody's carrying a few recessive carrier traits that might be important for them when they are ready to reproduce. But about 10% of people are finding a dangerous mutation. And yet these are healthy babies with parents who are absolutely healthy. So the question is, what's the probability that they're going to get this disease at some point in their life? And that's the part we're not very sure of yet.
And what I really do like about this, because there are parts that concern me, admittedly, but a lot of times environmental factors play a role as to whether or not you will express these genes. And so where I love this is, let's just say you do have a baby and there's some concern for if you do X, Y may happen. So you could maybe change their diet a little bit or something in their lifestyles. That would be a really big game changer to be able to tell parents, look, these are things you got to look out for with your baby. So, and this may be the special diet we recommend. How long are we looking at till we're at a place where if this goes well and more parents are willing to do it, are we going to be able to change actual behaviors or treatments to potentially prolong life?
We think that 5 to 10 years, people are going to be using genomics in everyday medicine, maybe a bit longer than that. Now, as far as how long it's going to be before babies are routinely sequenced, I don't know. It partly depends on results of studies like ours. So we want to follow people for a long time if we can. Now, this is an NIH-funded study. It's for a few years. We hope we'll get additional funding. And thank you for your tax dollars in supporting our research.
I'm curious, docs, would you have been interested in this technology with your kids?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.